Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Let's make some turkey dinner together. First, eggnog. I love eggnog. Cheers. Wink. Yummy. Beef is staring at me. He loves eggnog. I always give him the last little bit that's in my cup. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. If you celebrate. I honestly just use this day to celebrate the people in my life who I'm grateful for. I always like to cook a turkey dinner for me and the dogs. This year I couldn't because my joints were just in the peak of the bad. And year before I did, but I was in a shit ton of pain doing it. So this year we're gonna do semi-homemade. We're gonna do some box stuffing, canned cranberry sauce, some canned candied yams. I'm just making my childhood favorites this year. I need a bit of nostalgia in my life this year. Spinach dip, deviled eggs, roasted veggies, mashed potato with a turkey gravy. We got a pre-made pumpkin pie in the fridge. Usually I make it all from scratch, but this year we'll take it easy but still celebrate. So you guys are gonna cook some of my meal with me and I'll show you how I make some things that are very easy. But first, I wanna say I'm thankful for you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting my journey. It's been a long 2.5 years with my health and everything. So if you've been here that long, thank you. If you've just kind of entered, thank you as well. But those who supported me for the last 2.5 years, you guys are amazing. And I literally would not be here, remission-wise, home-wise, everything, if it weren't for you guys. So thank you for supporting my content and keeping me going. So let's make some spinach dip. Now, actually, you know what? Let me do the eggs first. Let's do our deviled eggs first because I forgot that I needed to defrost the spinach and I haven't yet. So we have 3 eggs here. I do a very simple deviled egg. I'm alone, obviously, so I'm not gonna eat more than like 3 eggs worth of deviled eggs tonight. So we got some eggs, of course. Chop them in half, nicely boiled. Now, people make deviled eggs in so many different ways, you know, it's really up to you how you feel like making it. Let me organize my space here. There's a lot in the way. I was gonna do 4, but this egg landed on the ground, but that's okay, the dogs can have that. That'll be their form of a deviled egg for Thanksgiving dinner. Because truth be told, I really just like to celebrate with them and like bring back my childhood memories and celebrate it with my dogs because I love my dogs. They're my homies. Deviled eggs are very easy to make. You can get fancy with them, but I just make them basic because sometimes I like to sometimes I like to put hot sauce on mine, sometimes I like to put different things on them, so I like to make them basic so that way it's I like to make them basic so pretty much I can customize them however I want, essentially. This yolk did not come out very good, probably because I was using that spoon. Let me know if you had a good holiday season. Well, I hope you did, if anything. And let me know what your favorite thing that you ate was. Truthfully, like I said, I only care about the food and telling my friends how much they mean to me, my family, etc. My dogs. Well, I always tell my dogs. I'm just kind of releasing the yolk a little bit. Whoop. So I don't break the egg whites. Whee. Putting this in a bowl here. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. So now we have 6 beautiful egg whites. And from there, let's usually I use a spicy mustard. I just don't have any. And I figured, whatever. This will do. So I actually do half mayo and half whipped cream. Half mayo and half Cool Whip. Because I don't like it so salty from the mayo, but I don't like it so sweet with the Miracle Whip, not the Cool Whip, goddamn. Yeah, damn it. So I just do equal parts. Pepper. And some mustard. Tee. All right. Get to mixing. Some people like theirs smooth, some people like theirs chunky. I'm kind of in between. I don't want it too chunky, but I like mine more on the smoother side, but it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. All right, we'll give it a little taste test. I feel like it needs a little more salt. Other than that, it's really good. Much better. And put these on here. We'll put these in the fridge too. While this gets colder. I have a cute little tray. We'll be putting those on later. Let me stick this in the fridge real quick. Okay, next up is spinach dip. That's what this is, spinach. So, I'm a huge fan of this. This is a staple in my family for holiday season. It's very simple and it's one of my favorites. I remember trying it as a kid and my grandma said, "You're not gonna hate it, you won't even taste the spinach." Tried it, loved it. We like to eat it on pumpernickel. You could put on whatever you want. My grandma used to get this pumpernickel loaf that was like squares, and it was like a long rectangular loaf, but they were cut obviously, so it was in squares. And I, for the life of me, cannot find them. So I use Chompy's pumpernickel. It's pretty good. So I'm gonna show you how to make this. It's very easy. This is a classic spinach dip for this. These people's recipe. Nor Soup Mix. They actually did this spinach dip recipe. So my grandma's always followed it, and she taught me it, and now, obviously, staple in my household for holiday season, Christmas and Thanksgiving. Ooh. But all you'll need is a pack of this Knorr vegetable soup mix, just one pack. Well, you can do as many as you want, but for this amount, just one pack of it. And you'll want to make this a few hours beforehand because it needs time to set up. You want frozen spinach. Make sure you thaw it out and dry it out. So that's why it's in the napkin. You don't want all that moisture, that extra moisture and water in your dip. And then the other things that you'll need for this is a can of water chestnuts. You'll need some green onions. And you'll need some sour cream and some mayo. Let's do this. Okay, so you'll need 16 ounces of sour cream. I have 2 8-ounce things, so we're gonna do that. And you'll need a cup of mayo. Cup of mayo. Might be the rest of this container. This honestly could be a whole meal for me. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to put it on a Thanksgiving Day sandwich. All right, we got a cup of mayo. That's done. Now, water chestnuts. I already drained these. You'll want to drain them. We don't want any extra moisture. Now, you can chop these as big or as little as you want. You could even leave them whole if you wanted. These don't have any flavor really. They're just more a texture component, which I absolutely love. So I like the different sizes and of the water chestnuts, so I do just a rough chop. I hope you guys are excited for the Christmas season. I am. I love this time of year. It makes me feel good. I love the cold weather. I love it all. All right, we got that chopped. Let's add that in. Now this, like I said, it needs a few hours to kind of set up. You need to mix it every so often, every 30 minutes, every hour. Let it set for like 3-4 hours. And it'll be ready to eat. You can eat it on some crackers. You can eat it on some pumpernickel bread. It's delicious on vegetables. Oops, uh-oh. Oh no. Okay. Sometimes there's like a film on this, like the outside one, and I like to peel off. Now it calls for 3 onions. Since these bulb parts are pretty large, I'm gonna do one of these, the white parts, and then I'll do another green part since these are actually pretty big. veggies. And then we'll prep the sweet potatoes so those are ready to go in. And then we'll do mashed potatoes and stuffing on the stove top. Onions are really good for you too. They're natural antimicrobials, antiparasitics. So this time of year especially perfect for like sick season and stuff. It really helps combat like cold and flu type things. My eyes are watering. These onions are getting me. They're getting me, you guys. All right, and that's it. Give her a good stir. There's a lot to incorporate here. There's a lot to incorporate here. So, because we got the soup mix at the bottom. Ooh, my eyes, they're burning. And like I said, when you make this, you'll want to stir this every so often while it's sitting up in the fridge. I recommend making this a few hours before you're gonna eat it. I'm not eating for another 4 or 5 hours, so I highly recommend stirring this up. I recommend stirring it up every few hours so that it gets incorporated and stuff. If you tried it right now compared to like in a few hours, you'll understand why. So it's not like it's gonna be terrible if you eat it right now, but it just will it will taste more like sour cream, mayo, and stuff. You won't get like the melding of the flavors quite as much. So it is important to stir it throughout the day that sits up in the fridge. Yeah, that's good shit right there. Like, it's still good right now. It's just that in like a few hours, I know it's gonna taste even better. All right, so this goes in the fridge. Turkey time. So we're gonna prep the veggies because I always lay my veggies as a base. So we've got carrots, onions, we've got carrots, onions, and potatoes. So we're gonna lay those, and then I like to put the turkey on top so it's got like a little bed to kind of sit on. Shout out to my friend Sam who gave me a free turkey. So I have 2 turkeys. Now I'll be honest, when we do the turkey, it'll be very simple because it's for my dogs. I'm not meatless completely, but I don't eat much meat. And when I do, it's not very much. So this will be enough to feed them for like a week or a little bit more. And if I feel like I want to eat some, then I'll eat some. Of course, on a sandwich or something or whatever. And so I'm gonna do, I think 4 potatoes for roasting and then 3 for mash. So 4 of these potatoes will be used for roast, just roasted veggies. I love a good roasted veggies. And then I'll turn some of the roasted veggies into potato mash with a nice turkey gravy delicious. So I believe these are boiled potatoes. You can use whatever potatoes you want. They all are delicious. Even though these are raw, I can already smell the Thanksgiving smells. It's raw! Oh, and then we have an onion we'll throw in too. I love me some roasted onions, honestly. I love onions. Call me Shrek, because I fucking love me some onions. Oh wait, look at that piece. Yeah, I don't want that piece. About to cry. Everybody get your tears. Everybody get your tissues. Okay, I had to go take a wee break. I had to do a cousin walk, if you know what I mean. Except I am the cousin, and there was really no walk, because I can't walk. It was me going to my bedroom and doing stuff. I'm in a little bit of pain today because it is a junk food day for me. So I'm eating things that make my body hurt, unfortunately, but it's a cheat day. So that's kind of how I eat. I have to have specific cheat days. Oh my god, my eyes are watering already. Is there a way to combat this? Maybe I'll go put on my motorcycle helmet. I don't want to ruin my makeup. Hi, baby. Ogres are like onions. Oof. Obviously the onion is for me. Stays on one side. I don't know if it can touch the poultry, but I also don't care. I'm not trying to risk it. They can just cook on one side. Oh no. Oh, the eye burning. Oh my god. Oh my lord. I'm trying to hurry. Oh my god. Woo. She's burning my eyes. When I say that, sometimes it sounds like I say ass, but I'm saying my eyes. Let's throw this shit away. Ooh-wee. Oh, my goodness. Let me go put the turkey in here, and I'll be right back. All right, we got the bird in the cage. So, just to preface, this is a turkey for my dogs, okay? So we are not gonna season her up like crazy. Tomorrow though, we're going to cook another turkey. Because I'm gonna show you how to make the most out of your turkey. Broth, stock, the turkey itself, some turkey gravy. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But for now, This one, I don't want to butter it up and everything as much as I usually would. Now, I'll put a little bit of butter in it, but not too much, to be honest. But tomorrow, I'll dress my turkey up a little bit more. This thing, like, the salt doesn't come out. The salt doesn't come out very well, to be honest with you. But we're doing it. Look at me. Kind of hurts my elbow a little bit. It's okay. I do care about salt and pepper on this, just because the veggies. She's gonna be a beautiful, nice golden birdie. And then foil. Now, I'm not gonna put as much butter as I personally would. You'll see. You'll notice in the turkey differences. But we'll do about, I don't know, about half a stick. A little more than half a stick. 3/4 of a stick, maybe. So, butter is just so fattening, and I know it's good for the turkey, not good for the doggos. Get in there. I really enjoy spending my holidays alone. I know that sounds maybe crazy, maybe makes me sound like a loser, I don't know. But I went through a lot as a kid. And I love holidays too much to let anybody ruin them. It's a little bit of a trauma response there. That's okay though. I really enjoy spending my holidays with my dogs. If I have enough energy, I'll go hang out with friends and stuff. This year, I'm not in perfect health yet. So we'll, you know, make do with what we got going on. Now, so for the dogs, I have a pot of chicken on the stove and I'm making chicken stock. So in the initial beginning, when there's not enough stock created from the butter, the turkey itself, I use chicken stock to baste it. I really enjoy the basics, and you guys will see that when I cook. And if you cook for yourself, you know that getting the basics down is peak, because it's so good with just such simple ingredients. If you just treat the ingredients with love, you treat them right, because then you know what to do with them, and you know what places they belong best in and stuff like that. So for me, turkeys take a bit to get those juices going and stuff. I always have some chicken stock in the fridge, freezer. I always have some. So we have some being made right now, and we'll put this in the oven, 350 for about 3.5 hours, 3 hours and 15 minutes. So from there, I baste it every 30 minutes, and at first I use the chicken stock. So that's what I do. Usually I put like my own seasonings, maybe a little more butter. And then, like I said, cover it, baste it every 30 minutes. The first 30 minutes, you're probably not gonna have much juices from the turkey unless you have like a shit ton of butter on your turkey, which I don't put a shit ton of butter. I don't really want it to taste like butter. You can get that juiciness by making sure it's covered, not overcooking it, and having that extra moisture like from the chicken stock. So I don't add too much because I don't want like my potatoes and veggies swimming in juices, but I do enough to where it keeps the juices flowing and kind of keeping the bird like braised, but not braised steamed maybe. I don't know if that's a word. But it keeps the juices flowing so that the bird is much more tender. So, I do wish this had a cover. So foil will do. I know some people eat ham for Thanksgiving. Are you a ham person? Let me know if you're a ham person. I personally am not. But I have to say I grew up with a very white family, and while the basics go really far, sometimes because it's just like you know, like when you cook a good steak, all you need is like salt, pepper, and it to be cooked perfectly, you know, and some butter or whatever you choose. And that's just like the basics, like the fundamentals, and you really can't go wrong. You can build on it, but you can't go wrong with that if you know how to do it really well. So there's some meals that obviously hit, but my family was never really into like the super sweet ham, and I think I would prefer maybe not super sweet, but a more seasoned ham. So I've never been a fan of ham because it was just always just like bland. It just was ham, you know, and I was like, okay, I don't know. Turkey's all right too. I don't mind turkey. I like turkey better than chicken. Myself personally, I like pot roast. So pot roast is a holiday meal for me. It's just a good comfort meal in general. But I like a good pot roast. Let me put this in the oven. She's heavy. So, I got my handy dandy scooter to help me transport her. Come on, baby. Not you, dude. He's staring at me like, what, me? No, not you. Okay, let's see, how am I gonna do this? Am I strong enough for this? I am. Get in there! Alright, so let her go for 30. Ugh. Oh my god, my ankle is so swollen. Okay. Okay, we'll let her go for 30 minutes and we'll be back in to baste her. All right, so now we have our chicken stock. Turkey is basted. It's on its last half hour. We're gonna make the hardest dish of them all. The cranberry sauce. Oh. I like to put it on its side. Doesn't matter? No, it doesn't. But to me, I like it. It's on its side. Okay. Next dish. Also very difficult. We got our cute little for this one, potatoes that have been drained, and we'll do about half the can. Take some brown sugar. Sprinkle that on top. And then the last few minutes we'll top it with some marshmallows. This was my favorite because as a kid it was my favorite, and then I've told this story many times. There was one year where my grandma, she raised me a lot of the time, but there was one year where she was always strict with health, and stuff like that. There was one year though that she just was at the dinner table while I was sitting there wondering what to eat for breakfast, and she's like, do you want some sweet potatoes? And I was like, yeah, absolutely, because it was the sweet potatoes with the brown sugar. And that's the first time she really was more like a grandma to me instead of a mom. So it was a very monumental moment for me. It was really fun. So put this in the oven at 400 degrees for like 15 minutes. Pop some marshmallows on top, and it'll be good to go. So we're gonna put this in the oven right now. Okay, got a little helper in here. We're gonna do the deviled eggs, put them together. These are very easy to put together. I have a wee baby spoon. There we go, my little spoon. Simple, simple. We're gonna make a semi stovetop stuffing. So I don't have a pan or a pot, I mean, to put this in because I'm running out of dishes to use. So we'll just use a metal bowl. 1.5 cups of water. We're gonna use chicken stock. And then there's butter in here. And it says it wants the stock boiling, which this already was. So I'm just gonna add this. Mix this like it says, and then I'm just gonna top it with the pot lid that this is sitting on for a few minutes. Good stir. And we have this. Oop. I have this cute little dish that the stuffing's gonna go into. How cute. So good. I know it's kind of full, but time to get the turkey out. Oof. Thank God I could get that up. I was scared I was almost able to. She looks beautiful. She looks lovely. Now I'm about to put this in the oven again. Just with the marshmallows on top. Perfect. Beautiful. Wink. See my little sous chef. Last thing, we're gonna make some mashed potatoes. I just add chicken stock. A little bit of turkey stock. Have a stick of butter. Okay, it's kind of dark right here, so we'll have to make do, but we're making the mashed potatoes.